good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are. Okay, first of all, before we proceed, I would like to welcome our eminent speakers from Bosnia and Bosnia, yeah, and it's it's so amazing having you all professors in our midst today. So let me first of all introduce myself. My name is Uche Lin. I'm founder and chairperson of 24 Digi Skills. It's an honor to welcome all the speakers for today. First of all, let me welcome Her Excellency Professor Doctor of Science Amra. Thank you so much for having put up this wonderful webinar today. Thank you so much. And I really want to appreciate you for the commendable job you've been doing, not only students with special needs, but in the world at large. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Okay, let me welcome Professor Aida. Thank you so much as well. You are doing a great job, English professor. Thank you so much for being here today. And let me welcome Emma, also Asim. Welcome on board. So some speakers that are having technical glitches, but it's okay. It is having technical glitches is everywhere. I think it's a global issue. We don't even know when it's going to happen, but I think the weather's temperature is contributing to that. So welcome those ones that just we are going to go over to the social media platforms to welcome those that have just tuned in. So let's go there. We want to know. Let's find out the first person that tuned in today. Wow. And that person is no other person than Her Excellency Retino, all the way from Indonesia. Drum roll for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we also have, we also have Baman, all the way from Bangladesh. Wow. Thank you. Sorry, I'm having some network glitches here. It's raining over here, so the network is very slow. So it's not working the way it should be. Welcome on board, Baman, all the way from Bangladesh. You're so welcome, Her Excellency Professor Dr. Nadia, all the way from Croatia. Welcome on board. We also welcome those that are tuning in all the way from our social media platform. You all are highly welcome. I'm unable to see most of the people because of the network. Please, for those of you that have just tuned in, all you need to do right now is click on the share button. Click on it, this live event share button, share to your profile so that people invite other educators to join us, okay? We have experts, speakers in our midst that are going to share their experiences during the school closure or during the first wave of COVID. Okay, teaching in that condition has really, in fact, they're going to share their experiences, okay, during that that period, okay? So, also welcome Adisa. Adisa, welcome on board. Sorry, the network is just coming up now. Is a bit slow. From Bosnia, thank you so much, Adisa. Thank you for tuning in. Let's welcome Ali Bessin, all the way from. Tell us where you are tuning in from. Yeah, from Bosnia. Thank you so much. We also have Ali Bassem from where? Please tell us where you are tuning in from so that I will address you properly, okay? We also have Dalia MK. Where are you tuning in from? Okay, Ali is tuning in from Oman. Thank you so much for your support. We also have, please tell us where you're tuning in from. Okay, could you click on the share button to share? All right, share, so invite others to come and join us. We have our professional expert that would like to share their experiences during the first wave of COVID, the situation, the conditions that it was for them, to the way that they handle it during the COVID. All right. So, okay, welcome back, Asim. Sorry, network network has been kicking him off and on. Okay, welcome back, Prof. Okay, let's welcome back the Haraj. You just tune in. We've not even started the event. You've already started asking for feedback form. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work that way, okay? We've not even started the event and you've started asking for feedback for it doesn't happen that way. We've not really started the event. Okay. Welcome everyone. Those that are just tuning across our multiple platforms. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, could you please do that? And our returning subscribers, thank you so much. If you are yet to subscribe to our Facebook page, please do that to be notified of our upcoming events. And yes, okay, let me welcome Her Excellency Mariam, all the way from Georgia, the ICT Director, Georgia Executive Team. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, thank you so much. I tried to place it on the screen, but it's not coming through. Okay. All right. So let's go over. Okay, it has come up now. Let's go over to studio to hand over the stage and mic to the President and Project Director of Bosnia, Her Excellency, Professor Dr. Amra. All right. Amra, can you hear me? Could you please unmute yourself? Unmute yourself now.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from Bosnia and Herzegovina. My name is Amra Imshiragic. I'm from in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The topic of the webinar is work in primary, secondary, special institution during COVID-21. Pozdravljam sve kolege i koleginice iz Bosne i Hercegovine. Današnja tema koju se usko baviti, a to je znači rad u uslovima pandemije COVID-19 u specijaliziranoj ustanovi u kojoj radim. Ja sam po struci defektolog, diplomirani defektolog, surdoaudiolog i govorit ću o radu u uslovima pandemije u Centru za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora. Inače radim sa djecom oštećenog sluha i počet ću svoju prezentaciju. The webinar can start. Sorry.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to call upon Professor Aida. Can you hear me? Could you please unmute yourself?
Dobro večer. Ja dolazim iz osnovne škole preko u Bihaću. U vrijeme pandemije i izazovnog vremena za sve kategorije stanovništva, mislim da su najviše bila pogođena djeca jer im je uzeta sloboda njihovog kretanja i samim tim je izazovno bilo i za nastavnike i za učenike. Kad smo krenuli u školu, željeli smo se fokusirati na taj socijalni kontakt između djece, na rad, njihovo podizanje svijesti o jačanju vrijednosti prijateljstva, pomoći zajednici i iz tog razloga smo koristili jednu strategiju učenja koja se zove servisno učenje. U samom projektu ćemo govoriti u 3 dijela. Prvo će govoriti kolegica Irma Vojić, da se upoznamo sami šta je to servisno učenje. Ja ću o samom toku projekta, a o osvrtima na projekt nastavnika predmetne nastave govorit će kolegica Esada. To je ono nekako općenito ono o čemu ćemo mi danas govoriti na ovom webinaru. Zahvaljujem.
Good evening, everybody. My name is teacher Aida, and I teach primary children in Prekunjes primary school in Bihać. My name is Asada. I am English teacher, and right now I will be translating Aida's words. So at the beginning of the pandemic, we found out that the children were the most endangered category because their freedom of movement has been severely limited. And through our project, and in those challenging times for both teachers and students, we decided to focus our project on the social contacts in order to help students, but also assist the community. Our project is called the service learning, or the another translation is learning through engagement. And tonight we will talk about it through 3 different speakers and 3 different reviews. First, teacher Irma will be doing the introductory part. Then teacher Aida will talk about the specifics of the project, and teacher Asada will talk about the review of the project through teaching of English language in primary schools. And that's it for the beginning. Now I ask teacher Imshiragic to continue with her presentation. Thank you.
Hello, Professor Amra. Are you still there? Could you please unmute yourself?
Hello. Ja ću govoriti o online nastavi za studente sa oštećenjem sluha u uslovima COVID-19. Online nastava znamo da ne može biti perfektna, međutim u regularnim školama je sasvim drugačiji slučaj nego izvođenja online nastave, nego što je to u ustanovama koje se bave djecom sa posebnim potrebama. Kao što sam vam kazala u uvodnom dijelu Ja bih zamolila, ne znam ko je administrator, da mi odobri, da mi vrati prezentaciju. Ko je administrator da mi vrati prezentaciju? Ja bih zamolila da mi neko ko je administrator neka mi vrati samo prezentaciju, neka da odobrenje za prezentaciju. Može mi neko dati ko je administrator? Ja mislim da je profesorica sada. Ok, thank you.
All right.
Kao što sam rekla, online nastava ne može biti savršena. Niti za djecu u redovnim školama, niti za djecu koja pripadaju djeci sa posebnim potrebama. Posebno, recimo, kada govorimo o specijaliziranim ustanovama, kao što je ustanova iz koje ja dolazim, koja se naziva Centar za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora u Tuzli, moram da vam kažem da moja iskustva sa držanjem online nastave sa djecom koja pored oštećenja sluha imaju i kombinirana, odnosno po novoj klasifikaciji to se naziva višestruka oštećenja, a to znači da pored oštećenja imaju intelektualne poteškoće, zatim motoričke poteškoće, zatim poremećaj u čitanju i pisanju i sasvim još drugi niz poremećaja, te nam je to sve otežavala rad putem online nastave. Nastavnici u centrima su defektolozi odgovarajućih profila, za Centar za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora su defektolozi, surdoaudiolozi, znači to su stručnjaci koji rade sa djecom oštećenog sluha. Da govorimo o kako funkcioniše Centar za obrazovanje, vaspitanje, rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora, ja ću vam reći da u centru imamo predškolsku grupu, koja mlađa grupa od 2. godine do 4. godine, zatim starija grupa od 4. godine, zatim do 6. godine, odnosno do polaska u školu u Bosni i Hercegovini se u 1. razred polazi za 6 godina života. Ja sam ove godine, kao što vidite na slikama, bila odgajatelj i moja djeca su putem online nastave kontinuirano proslavljali sve međunarodne dane. Govorim o starijoj grupi gdje sam bila odgajatelj. Defektolog može biti sve. Znači u svom celokupnom radnom stažu, koji zaista ima mnogo, bila sam odgajatelj, bila sam nastavnik razredne nastave, predmetne nastave, zatim sam bila rehabilitator, to je onaj koji uči gluhu djecu da govore, zatim sam predavala sam sve predmete u predmetnoj nastavi. Prema tome, to je jedno divno iskustvo, ali jedan otežavajući faktor kada sve pojmove koje vi prenosite čujućoj djeci, mi defektolozi moramo prenijeti na znakovnom jeziku ili dvoručnoj abecedi, zavisno od mogućnosti svakog djeteta. Zatim, kao što vidite, ovo je moje odjeljenje. Mi smo redovno obilježavali, uglavnom prema djeci sa posebnim potrebama, postoje predrasude i stereotipije koje ja svakodnevno pokušavam da razbijem. mi smo obilježavali, ovo su samo vrlo mali broj panoa koji sam radila sa djecom, gdje smo razgovarali. Obilježavali smo recimo dan poezije, zatim dan planete Zemlje i sve druge internacionalne dane. Ovako izgleda, ovako smo obilježili predškolsko odjeljenje, odnosno djeca starije grupe su obilježili dan jabuke. Radi se o djeci koja samo imaju oštećenje sluha. Jedan dječak ima višestruke, odnosno kombinovane smetnje. Kada govorimo o pandemiji i djeci oštećenog sluha, ja zaista moram da kažem da smo mi defektolozi heroji. Za doktore se kaže da su heroji u bijelom, međutim mi defektolozi, surdoaudiolozi, za cijelo vrijeme pandemije, koliko je pandemija trajala, mi nismo mogli nositi maske zato što djeca oštećenog sluha čitaju govor sa lica i usana. Ukoliko stavite masku na usta, djeca vas ništa ne čuje, a to znači kao da nisu bila na nastavi. Prema tome, ja ću vam reći da u rehabilitaciji upoznala sam u uvodnom dijelu izlaganja da imamo predškolsko odjeljenje, mlađu i stariju grupu, razrednu nastavu, predmetnu nastavu. Međutim, centar kao ustanova je specijalizirana ustanova, ima i specijalizirane postupke. Ovdje sam napisala, prvi postupak je rehabilitacija slušanja i govora, gdje učenici, je svaki učenik oštećenog sluha ili sa kombinovanim smetnjama dolazi rehabilitatoru da ga uči da govori. Zatim imamo senzornu integraciju. Ovaj tretman, odnosno ovaj postupak, pohađaju djeca koji imaju senzorne poremećaje, međutim i djeca koji imaju motoričke poremećaje kao što su poremećaje u kretanju. Te i mi svaki dan nudimo te postupke koji su namijenjene za djecu sa posebnim potrebama. Reći ću samo za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora da dolaze svaki dan po 20 minuta, međutim za senzornu integraciju dolaze u toku sedmice samo 45 minuta na taj postupak. Kada govorimo o djeci sa posebnim potrebama, smatrala sam relevantnim da kažem koja su to pravila koje rehabilitator mora da ispoštuje sa djecom koja su gluha. Nisam rekla da kada govorimo o oštećenju sluha imamo gluhe i nagluhe. Najteže za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora su djeca koja su gluha. Ja ću vam reći da i u svijetu, evo i kod nas, rekla sam da nismo smjeli imati maske, zbog toga što djeca čitaju se govor sa lica i usana, i nošenje maski za cijelo vrijeme pandemije nije bilo moguće. Znači, naši životi su bili svaki dan ugroženi. Od oboljenja svaki rehabilitator, odnosno nastavnik, je bio ugrožen da oboli od COVID-19. Ovako izgleda postupak u rehabilitaciji slušanja i govora. Mi imamo jedno pravilo o edukacijsko-rehabilitacijskim znanostima, tamo gdje otkaže sluh, tamo je oko. Nama su osnovna nastavna sredstva, didaktička pomagala, nazovite kako god hoćete. To su slike, ilustracije, to power prezentacija. Ja ću vam reći da djeca sa oštećenjem sluha, prvenstveno ovdje mislim na djecu koja su gluha, oni u toku svog obrazovnog postupka stiču mnoga iskustva, vještine u našem centru. Međutim, moram da kažem jednu poslovicu koju govorim na svim predavanjima, a to je da je u centru svako dijete poput biljke, a svaka biljka zahtjeva drugačiju njegu. Prema tome, sa tim prilazimo svakom djetetu. Ovo je samo slika kolege koji radi u predmetnoj nastavi za vrijeme pandemije, odnosno COVID-19, je predavao istoriju, jedan jako težak predmet. Mi moramo koristiti maksimalno metod očiglednosti, jer ukoliko to ne koristimo, djeca oštećenog sluha u tako kompleksnim nastavnim predmetima ništa neće znati. Da govorimo o instituciji, odnosno o djeci oštećenog sluha, moramo da kažemo, ja sam rekla, evo zaboravila sam u uvodnom dijelu, spomenula sam samo o djeci oštećenog sluha, gluhu i nagluhu, međutim spomenut ću da i djecu sa višestrukim smetnjama, odnosno kombinovanim smetnjama, moram da kažem da u našem centru se pored oštećenja sluha postoji djeca koje pripadaju djeci iz autističnog spektra. Zatim oštećenja koje imaju motoričke smetnje. Svakom djetetu prilazimo sa određenim stavom, a to je da svako dijete može postići maksimum. To smo radili i za vrijeme COVID-19. Svu nastavu izvode svi defektolozi i surdoaudiolozi. Ovdje kažemo o special education teacher, međutim u Bosni i Hercegovini kažemo da su to surdoaudiolozi, to su stručnjaci koji se bave djecom oštećenog sluha. Kada govorimo o lekcijama koje spremamo za djecu oštećenog sluha i online nastavi, ja ću da iznesem svoj stav jer sam prije 2,5 godine bila rehabilitator, znači nisam bila u nastavi. Znate kako izgleda učiti dijete oštećenog sluha putem kompjutera govoru? Učenju govoru djece oštećenog sluha, prvenstveno mislim na gluhe, je poput kada mi učimo strani jezik. S obzirom da je bila pauza, ja ću govoriti za Tuzlanski kanton, kada se formirala online nastava, djeca oštećenog sluha su imala pauzu, odnosno nisu imali rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora. Rehabilitacija slušanja i govora je veoma važna za svako dijete u centru. Jako je teško bilo nama, specijalnim edukatorima, specijalnim nastavnicima, nazovite nas kako god hoćete, da učimo djecu oštećenog sluha putem online nastave riječima, rečenicama, međutim uz sav trud i napor mi smo uspijevali i nakon završene online nastave, kada su se djeca vratila, zaista smo bili presrećni i rehabilitatori i nastavnici. Roditelji su pomagali onoliko koliko su mogli, međutim moram da kažem jednu činjenicu, u Centru za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora roditelji nisu obrazovani i putem online nastave nisu redovno izvršavali materijal koji smo mi rehabilitatori i nastavnici davali, pa smo mi zajedno sa djecom radili te zadatke. Sve nam je to otežavalo rad. Kada govorimo u redovnim školama, s obzirom da moja sestra radi u redovnoj školi, u redovnim školama vi ste mogli da imate distancu i moralo se poštovati distanca, međutim mi rehabilitatori nismo mogli da poštujemo distancu kada učimo djecu da govore, odnosno da imaju rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora kod izgovora, na primjer vokala, zatim logatoma. Mi smo svakodnevno bili ugroženi od oboljenja COVID-19. rad u Centru za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora je veoma težak, a posebno online nastava koja se izvodila svakodnevno. Mi smo svakodnevno znali, svaki defektolog je znao da po 2-3 sata provede sa djetetom putem online nastave i da ga uči, kao što vam rekao, roditelji djece u našem centru nisu obrazovani, ne poznaju rad sa računarom, te smo mi morali svakodnevno da radimo sa djecom. Ovo je jedna misao, međutim ja bih je negdje promijenila. Ja sasvim drugačije radim u svom radu. Malo prije sam vam rekla da sam odgajatelj u predškolskom odjeljenju bila. U tom odjeljenju bilo je 6 učenika, svih 5 je otišlo u redovne škole, pohađali su rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora, usvojili su govor i otišli su u redovne osnovne škole, odnosno u proces inkluzije, samo je ostao jedan učenik. To važi ono pravilo da je svako dijete poput biljke, a svaka biljka je tražila drugačiju njegu. Sa tim motom sam ja i pristupila, prema tome srećna sam što je svih 5 djece koji imaju oštećenje sluha završilo u tuzlanskim redovnim školama. Ja neću puno oduzimati vam vremena. Ovako izgleda rehabilitacija slušanja i govora u Centru za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora, gdje mi prvenstveno učimo vokale, zatim logatome, riječi, proste rečenice. I moramo da kažemo da je naš centar zaista, ne zbog toga što ja dolazim iz tog centra, prvi centar u Bosni i Hercegovini koji je postigao zaista značajne rezultate u rehabilitaciji slušanja i govora, ali i u nastavnom procesu za vrijeme COVID-19. Neću vas više zadržavati. Mislila sam prikazati samo nešto što mi je jako značajno, a to je negativni efekti online nastave. Kada govorimo o online nastavi, prvenstveno sam mislila na negativne aspekte u rehabilitaciji slušanja i govora, gdje zaista, evo sad dok govorim online, dok vodim webinar, vi ne možete razumjeti sve riječi, sve slogove, sve vokale koje ja izgovaram. Možete da zamislite koliko je težak i mukotrpan put kada se to izvodi putem online nastave, a ne u kabinetima za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora koje postoji u centru i koji imaju odgovarajuću aparaturu za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora. Ovdje se prvenstveno misli na djecu koja pripadaju skupini gluhih. Evo, ovo sam ja malo prije i rekla, da roditelji djece koji imaju oštećenje sluha nemaju tako neko visoko obrazovanje i često nisu mogli pomoći putem online nastave u izvršavanju zadataka koje smo mi, nastavnici, rehabilitatori, davali, pa smo mi često znali da ostanemo i duže putem online nastave, da radimo zajedno sa djecom zadatke koje smo im dali. Ja ću samo za kraj da kažem da učenje, odnosno rehabilitacija, zatim učenje, rehabilitacija slušanja i govora nikada ne može da zamijeni niti jednog nastavnika. Znači, nastavnik je krucijalni faktor u obrazovanju. Niti jedan računar, niti jedna online nastava ne može da zamijeni jednog izvrsnog učitelja, odnosno nastavnika u u odgojno-obrazovnom procesu, prvenstveno mislim na djecu sa posebnim potrebama. S obzirom da govorim na znakovnom jeziku, ja ću vam se zahvaliti na znakovnom jeziku. Hvala vam za pažnju.
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor Amra, for this wonderful presentation. I think Dr. Eda, Professor Eda, could you please unmute yourself? Before we proceed, let's go over to the social media. Let's go to the comment section to check out the reactions from our viewers. If there's any question, that should be attended to, okay? So let's start with...
Ako može samo da kažem, kad mislimo da može teško, ono može biti teže. Sad smo vidjeli kako to kod djece koja imaju teškoće u sluhu i razne druge teškoće, o njima možda nismo na ovakav način razmišljali, ali sad je profesor Samra dala neku drugu dimenziju svemu tome i stvarno je posao koji ste radili od svih možda poslova jedan od najtežih. Eto, to je neko moje razmišljanje sad, nakon vašeg predavanja. Hvala vam za ovo iskustvo što ste podijelili s nama.
Thank you, Dr. Amra. Your presentation gave us insight into the difficulties. When we have a saying, when something is difficult, we are never aware how more difficult it can be. And now we've seen the community where the children who daily face difficulties with hearing, how their teaching can go. And you are correct. No computer can replace the teachers. And we really thank you for your hard work.
A sada bih pozvala kolegicu Irmu da predstavi prvi dio ovog našeg projekta koji smo radili u toku pandemije COVID-19.
Now I will ask our colleague, teacher Irma, to present the first segment of our project that was implementing during the most difficult times of COVID-19.
Okay, before we get to that, there are some reactions here. The first one here, the question is how do those teaching them how to utilize such tools? They need to be trained, especially in developing countries. Please let Amra respond to this. There are some reactions here. Please, let's go through that first before we proceed.
Doktorica Amra, da li ste razumjeli pitanje? Znači, pitanje je bilo koliko dobro oni koji rade podučavanje treba da poznaju tehnička sredstva koja se koriste. Zapravo trebaju imati poseban, i jedna konstatacija je u zadnjoj rečenici iznesena, a to glasi da oni koji vrše podučavanje trebaju biti posebno obučeni, pogotovo u zemljama u razvoju. Eto, čisto da nam date svoj komentar.
Profesorice Sada, hvala vam velika. Hvala koleginici koja je postavila ovako divno pitanje. Mi na nekadašnjem defektološkom fakultetu, sada edukacijsko-rehabilitacijskom fakultetu, zamolila bih poslije da prevedete. Mi smo učili prvenstveno naš osnovni koncept iz psihologije je bio empatija i altruizam, a to znači poštovanje drugog i drugačijeg. Sve kolege u radu sa djecom oštećenog sluha, ali i sa djecom koji imaju kombinovane, odnosno višestruke smetnje, se rukovode tim principom. Mi volimo svoj posao, volimo djecu, zato smo izabrali taj fakultet. Međutim, kada govorimo o aparatima u Centru za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora, ja ću, s obzirom da sam bila rehabilitator, govoriti da mi imamo prvenstveno verbaton G10 za individualnu rehabilitaciju, a to znači nastavnik i učenik, i verbaton G20, nastavnik i cijelo odjeljenje. Prema tome, mi smo opremljeni za rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora. Međutim, svaki nastavnik je priča za sebe. Ja znam za sebe da dajem maksimum. Evo, moji rezultati govore o tome da je djeca koja su gluha, sam kontinuirano odjeljenju radila na razvoju govora, na poštovanju drugog i drugačijeg, ne samo u odnosu mene kao nastavnika, nego unutar cijelog predškolskog odjeljenja. Prema tome, i oni su sami pomagali jedni drugima. Prema tome, to je zaista jedno lijepo iskustvo. Evo, zaista dugo godina radim sa djecom oštećenog sluha i kažem, prvi put sam srećna što je svih 5 učenika oštećenog sluha otišlo u redovne škole, a to je zaista velika sreća za nastavnika koji predaje u predškolskom odjeljenju. Znači, mi smo maksimalno opremljeni, međutim, ja i sama izrađujem, ako radim vokale, samostalno izrađujem kartice da bi ubrzala razvoj govora. Eto, to je moj odgovor. Ukoliko imate pitanja, pitajte.
I will just do the quick translation. I hope I caught everything. Dr. Amra Imshiragic stated that throughout her education at the Faculty for Education and Rehabilitation, the first concept they learn during their learning and training is the concept of empathy and altruism, to respect other and different. And all of the teachers that respect and like their job will implement this policy. Speaking about tools, educational tools that are used as a center, they have Verbaton G10 and Verbaton G20. Those are equipment primarily used in rehabilitation of hearing and speaking skills. Listening and speaking. Now, speaking about individual teachers, teachers are humans, they are individuals. However, I can only speak on my behalf, and I can tell you that for the first time in my career, I was truly happy, truly satisfied to see all of my 5 students enrolling into regular classes. So my training was with 5 of them. They were preschool children. And I can say that completely proud that they all of them were enrolled into regular schools, and I think this was a great success. So we developed not only their speaking and listening skills, but also the social skills, so that they can continue their regular education. Thank you. I will be here for further questions if you have anything else.
Profesore, sada, molim vas, ja sam zaboravila, ja sam se samo negdje samo poštovala rehabilitaciju slušanja i govora. Mi moramo zaista da istaknemo jednu činjenicu od koju ne možemo da pobjegnemo u Bosni i Hercegovini. Ja jesam defektolog, međutim ja sam i doktor pedagoških nauka, vezano za udžbenike koji koristimo. svi oni moje kolege koji rade recimo u razrednoj nastavi, tekst nevidljiva Iva, kako ćete objasniti dječaku koji pripada skupini gluhih osoba? Ja sam uvidjela kada sam radila kao učitelj u razrednoj nastavi taj problem i kreirala sam sve knjige za prvi razred za djecu oštećenog sluha. Maternji jezik, odnosno bosanski jezik, moju okolinu, zatim sam kreirala matematiku, slovaricu, zatim kao pomoć nastavnicima. Ja znam da je nastavnicima u inkluziji sa djecom, posebno koji pripadaju skupini gluhih, jako teško. Ja i kolega Muhedin Muhić smo kreirali osnove znakovnog jezika, knjiga uz koji ide DVD, gdje su osnove da bi se nastavnici u redovnim školama mogli sporazumjeti sa učenicima koji pripadaju skupini gluhih ili onim učenicima koji imaju teže oštećenje sluha. Samo toliko.
Let me do the translation. Dr. Amra Imshiragic said that despite, in addition to being a teacher of the rehabilitation of speech and listening skills, she also has an extensive background in pedagogy. Speaking about textbooks for children with that face difficulties with hearing. How can you explain the text, for example, about the invisible Ivy, the girl? It's a story about the girl who turned invisible, to a child who faces hearing difficulties. Therefore, I have created the books for Bosnian native language, mother tongue Bosnian language, as well as maths and a spelling book. And together with Muhidin Muhic, my esteemed colleague, we've created the books with basics for the sign language for the teachers dealing in primary schools, facing for the first time children with hearing difficulties.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful translation. I really want to commend Professor Amra for the wonderful job she has been doing in her rehab center. It has not been easy dealing with students with special needs. Thank you so much. And I think I will hand over to Professor Ida to continue from there. There's no any other reactions or question from the comment section, so we are going to proceed.
Molim kolegicu Irmu Vođu da se uključi. Mi ćemo podijeliti prezentaciju i krenuti sa ovim dijelom koji smo pripremili.
Dobro večer. Jel vidite me? Ok. Good evening. Moje ime je Irma Vojić. Ja sam profesor razredne nastave i zajedno sam sa kolegicama Aidom Piralić i profesoricom Esadom realizirala u doba COVID pandemije jedan projekat servisnog učenja koji se zove Drvo života. Da biste bolje shvatili u čemu se u stvari radi, a projekat je jako zahtjevan, naročito zato što je realiziran u doba COVID pandemije, radi se u stvari o servisnom učenju i učenju kroz angažman. To je jedna forma nastavnog procesa i učenja koji povezuje socijalni angažman učenika sa učenjem temeljenim na školskim predmetima. Naravno, servisno učenje je usmjereno na izgradnji dječjih kompetencija, odnosno vještina iskustvenim putem u pedagoški sigurnom i realnom okruženju, to jest lokalnoj zajednici. Djeca percipiraju i daju doprinos u rješavanju problema lokalne zajednice, naravno prema uzrastu i zahtjevima nastavnog plana i programa. Naglasak je na učenju van učionice. Upravo to je bio veliki izazov za vrijeme COVID pandemije, te upotrebi tih njihovih stečenih znanja i vještina u školi da ih primjene u zajednici, to jest u svakodnevnom životu zajednici. Recipročno, kao posljedica provođenja servisa, djeca vježbaju, učvršćuju vještine i proširuju svoje znanja. Što bi to još bilo servisno učenje? Zamolila bih kolegicu Esadu, ona je, ja mislim, administrator, da podijeli prezentaciju.
Prezentacija je podijeljena.
Ja mislim da je prezentacija podijeljena.
Ok, ne vidim ja, pa nisam znala da je podijeljena. Ok, šta je servisno učenje? Servisno učenje, servis je u stvari skupljanje smeća. Učenje, proučavanje kako ekosistem funkcioniše je učenje. Kada učenici očiste područje od smeća i naprave put u prirodi, puteljak sa info znakovima, objašnjavajući lokalni ekosistem, je servisno učenje ili učenje kroz angažman. Što je to još servisno učenje? Analiza kvalitete vode je servis. Učenje o sastavu vode, hemijskim karakteristikama vode je učenje. Kada koristimo znanje iz hemije, urađene analize vode, dokaze i pomažemo članovima zajednice da pokrenu kampanju za čistu vodu, je servisno učenje ili učenje kroz angažman. U ovom prvom dijelu ja sam vam predstavila šta je to servisno učenje, odnosno da je to učenje onoga što bi trebalo biti naučeno, istovremeno radeći šta treba uraditi. Na koji način smo mi to u jeku COVID pandemije realizirali zajedno sa našim učenicima, znači učenicima različitih uzrasta, znači sa grupom u kojoj su bili uključeni čak i učenici sa teškoćama, čućete od kolegice Aide Piralić. Pa bih je zamolila da u nastavku vam izloži, znači, na koji način smo mi to realizirali.
Thank you, Irma. This was teacher Irma Vojic speaking, so I will translate her words. So, can you all see the presentation? I hope you can. Nadam se da vidite prezentaciju. Together with teacher Aida and Professor Sada, I was involved in a project called the service learning, or the learning through engagement. And it's a form of the educational process and learning that interconnects social engagement of the students with the students' basic knowledge that he or she obtained in their school subjects. This learning through engagement is primarily focused on developing children's skills through their tactile tactile ways and experiences in a safe environment and in a real community. The children will observe, will evaluate, and then will add their solutions to a problem that exists in the community in accordance with their age and requirements of the problem. The accent of this learning is being outside the classroom, learning outside the classroom, and using the knowledge, the skills in the community and in everyday life. And as a consequence, the implementation of this project, or implementing these types of project, children will develop, will broaden their skills, visions, and knowledge. I hope that you can see the presentation, and furthermore, teacher Aida will go into details of this project.
Na početku dijela prezentacije su stihovi pjesnika Jovana Jovanovića Zmaja koji kaže: gdje god nađeš zgodno mjesto, tu ti drvo posadi, a drvo blagorodno, pa će da te nagradi. Nagradit će te izobiljem hlada, ploda svoga, nagradit će bilo tebe, bilo brata svoga.
At the beginning of this project, there are words from the poem made by our famous poet Jovan Ivanović Zmaj, describing the tree and its benefits and why it is important to plant the tree wherever you find the appropriate spot.
Projekat se zove Drvo života.
It goes hand in hand with our title of the project, which is called The Tree of Life.
Kako smo započeli projekat? Radili smo anketiranje učenika pomoću kojeg su prepoznali određene probleme unutar zajednice.
The idea of this project was, we started this project by questioning the students about the problems in the community, and they identified the major ones.
Kada su učenici pregledali ankete, onda su došli do jednog zajedničkog zaključka, a to je da gradski park u Bihaću, koji datira, u stvari koji se započeo sa svojim rastom, razvojem, sve još u doba Austro-Ugarske, da su već drveća stara i da treba raditi na pošumljavanju gradskog parka, jer je to mjesto, dakle, u kojem u centru grada možete uživati u hladu i gledati prelijepu rijeku Unu.
Once going through the key issues for the community, the children agreed that one of the biggest issues and one of the issues that should be worked on was the condition of the city park. That dates back to Austro-Hungarian times, where the trees are already old and possess certain danger for the community, and the park requires replanting the trees. And by these actions, they would help the community, especially for the citizens, older citizens who can go there, sit in the shade of the trees and enjoy the beautiful river of Una.
Nakon toga smo krenuli na anketiranje građana, u stvari dio koji se zove ispitivanje potreba u zajednici. Naši učenici su uz pomoć medijske kuće Unsko-Sanskog kantona razgovarali sa slučajnim prolaznicima o onome što su zatekli u gradskom parku i koje su to potrebe građana, a okrenute prema gradskom parku. Na slikama vidite dječaka koji anketira slučajne prolaznike i ovdje gospođu Imširović koja je predstavnica, kako bih sad to nazvala, to se zove jedan ured koji vodi brigu o samom gradskom parku, o njegovom uređenju.
The second step was polling the citizens, questioning testing the opinions of the citizens. Here you can see a student, I believe it was a 5th grade student, interviewing citizens. Here you see Mrs. Imširević. She is the head of the department for the city park. Following the interview, in the interview, children asked specific questions regarding the city park.
Sada je trebalo to sve povezati, kao što je na početku kolegica Irma rekla, sa gradivom koje djeca uče, jer povezivanje nastavnog gradiva sa svim onim, dakle, što nastavnog plana i programa, sa onim što želimo postići i što je bio cilj projekta, ovdje na ovim slajdovima vidite starije učenike predmetne nastave na času biologije koji u stvari uče o razvoju, rastu drveća, odnosno o funkciji pojedinih dijelova biljke. I ovdje je predstavljeno na časovima također, mislim da je ovo čas hemije, u kojima su predstavljeni različiti načini kojima se može pomoći očuvanju same bioraznolikosti našeg gradskog parka. Dakle, u osnovi je bio povezanost nastavnog gradiva sa onim što će djeca uraditi u zajednici, odnosno sa servisom.
Here you have here in this slide you have pictures where that describes that describe the following step, and which was to interlink the issues that were identified regarding the city park and the curriculum, the actual learning process. Here you have situations in the biology classroom where children learned different functions of parts of the tree, and chemistry, how to maintain the biodiversity in the city park.
Časovi hemije na kojima su nastavnici i učenici govorili o tome koji su to dijelovi biljaka, koji su to procesi koji se odvijaju u biljkama, važni. Dakle, sa svih aspekata nastavnog gradiva povezali smo ono što je potrebno da bi učenici znali i da bi permanentno znanje mogli primijeniti u zajednici. Ovo su dakle učenici starih razreda, tu je nastavnica Fuada Haurdić koja s njima je obrađivala nastavno gradivo, a vezano je za krajnji ishod našeg projekta.
This slide contains pictures from the chemistry class where teacher Fuada Haurdić with her class discuss and learned about different parts of trees, the processes that are specific for these parts, and all the other aspects that were regulated by our domestic curriculum. And they've interlinked the knowledge and the real problem, which was actually the focus of our project.
Ovdje su učenici razredne nastave koji uče dijelove biljaka, uloge stabla, funkciju pojedinih dijelova biljke koji su važni za njen rast i razvoj, kao i drugih procesa koji se dešavaju unutar same biljke. Mogli ste primijetiti dakle da i predmetna i razredna nastava imaju isti ishod, a to je prepoznati važnost zelenih biljaka za život ljudi, a isto tako upoznati biljku, građu, funkciju pojedinih dijelova biljke, fotosinteze i važnosti zelenih biljaka za život na planeti Zemlji.
Here is another slide with pictures from the nature class where junior classes, we are talking about junior classes now, had to learn about the trees. And we use this opportunity to emphasize the importance of green trees, green plants for the humanity, for the earth, for the biodiversity. As you can see, both junior and senior classes took part in this project. Here again, you can see slides or pictures on this slide where children had to recognize importance, had to recognize how the tree is built, and discuss photosynthesis, one of the most important processes in nature.
Također ovdje vidimo naše učenike koji kroz različite nastavne predmete, dakle, izučavaju važnost zelenih biljaka za život na zemlji, odnosno koliko nam je važno da se vratimo prirodi.
Here you can see another slide with titled nature, but we are talking about different classes, different lessons where children learned the importance of green plants for the ecosystems, not only in our country but in the world.
Dakle, još slika o tome.
Additional pictures, another slide.
Područje bosanskog jezika i književnosti, posebna strategija koja se zove drvo problema. Razrađujući ovo drvo problema, učenici dolaze do različitih odgovora, argumenata, načina raspravljanja, argumentiranja i pronalaženja rješenja. Ovdje vidimo jedan pristup malo drugačiji nastavi jezika, koji je također usmjeren na sadržaj koji smo imali, a vezano za projekat Drvo života.
Here you can see pictures from the Bosnian lesson, Bosnian class where we used another innovative strategy, I would say, where we discussed, where we built our arguments based on this tree of a problem. This strategy helps children to recognize issues, provide arguments, discuss with the aim to find the solution.
Časovi odaljinske zajednice također su govorili o važnosti ekosistema, važnosti zelenih biljaka za život na planeti.
And during the class meetings time, we, as you can see, we focused our attention on finding different solutions for the problems in the community regarding the ecosystem, especially the system of our park.
Kada smo skupili dovoljno znanja,
once we learned enough, gained enough knowledge,
koji su nam bili potrebni za postavljanje našeg cilja,
that was really important for establishing our goal,
a to je sadnja drveta u gradskom parku,
which was to plant the trees or replant the trees in the city park.
Ovo su slike našeg gradskog parka, dio koji se zove gelenderi.
These are pictures showing you a small segment of our city park called gelenderi.
Radionica likovna.
In this part of the park, we set up the art workshop.
Radionica za Dan planete Zemlje.
Also, we continued our activities celebrating the Earth Day.
I 4 razloga zbog kojeg smo se odlučili da posadimo drvo.
And we provided 4 reasons why we decided to plant the trees, which is it provides clean air, makes us feel better, it protects us from the flood, and it provides shade in the time of need, especially today when it's when Bihać is burning. Bosnia is literally burning at 42 degrees Celsius.
Ovako izgledaju dijelovi gradskog parka koji žude za pošumljavanje.
These are evidences of some parts of our park. We can see logs trees that had to be removed because it presented the danger for the population due to its age.
Osim ovoga imali smo i posjetu stručnjaka koji nam je govorio o tome kako je u stvari, koja je to historija našeg gradskog parka. Izučavali smo o tome unazad u prošlosti kako se naš gradski park razvijao.
The next step was to accommodate the professor, Mr. Pirali Chasim, to talk about the history of the city park and how the park developed throughout the years.
Nakon toga smo posadili drvo u gradskom parku, pa i imali svoje partnere u projektu. To je bilo javna ustanova, Zavod za prostorno uređenje i medijski partneri, javna ustanova, javno preduzeće Radio televizije Unsko-Sanskog kantona. I želim vam reći da je u doba pandemije, koliko je god bilo izazovno, toliko je i bilo nekog entuzijazma i u nastavnicima i učenicima, želji da svoju zajednicu oplemenimo s našim drvom života.
The following step was to plant the tree within this project, which was our goal actually to enrich the biodiversity of the city park. We had, of course, we had partners, and the partners were public institution, the institution for development in Bihać, and our radio and television broadcasting system of Canton 1. We, regardless how difficult this time was, I still have to say that we had certain enthusiasm because we wanted our environment to be better for the children and the community in the better times. Okay, so this was about the project and the words of Mrs. Aida. And now I will say something on my behalf as an English teacher in Bosnian Herzegovina. I teach children age 8. Difficulties on recognizing the tools how to teach foreign language. I think Dr. Amra explained when teaching a language, when developing listening skills, you have to teach language in such a way that a child, especially a young child, can recognize the words, recognize the movement of the mouth. And also the social distancing was a huge issue. In order to avoid, while the ministry's regulation was excellent in the field of the conduct of behavior online for both students and teachers, it was challenging in a sense that they felt isolated, they felt alone, they felt we don't have to do anything now. You're online. You know, the screen was there for entertainment, and we had a clear guidance to reduce our teaching lessons to a certain minimum. In order to do that, and in order to bypass this feeling of loneliness. I had them visiting different virtual visits throughout the English-speaking world. So we visited South Africa, New Zealand, USA, Great Britain. We went to the sightseeing tours of London, Washington, D.C. We went through the museums. Of course, everything virtually. I also had them, these were not meaningless visits. I would utilize the public cameras. I would have them recognize, I would give them guidance, what to recognize, where to find it, and then they would provide their reply in a very short form of leaflet on Padlet. So I had them using different tools to engage them and also to develop skills, technical skills. Very early, the teaching in the pandemics is really stressful for all parties involved, because we suffer losses, and for me personally it was very traumatic, very stressful, because early in the beginning I lost somebody who was very dear to me, and in order to but also stressful, because I knew that the pandemics would end and the children will go back to classrooms and they will have to start from a certain point again to continue their education in the secondary schools, at the universities, and so on. So very early I had contacted a publishing house for our books, and I asked them if I can access the platform for English language. They were very useful. They gave me access. So in a matter of a week, I had all my students. At that time, it was 160 of them listed. And those students who did not have books or activity books, they had different exercises online. So the process of learning continued, the process of teaching continued, but in another way. Again, it was very stressful, but it also was a time that we learned a lot, and that we realized how we can become better and how we can overcome difficulties.
Još želimo reći da je projekat Drvo života bio jedan od nominovanih projekata servisnog učenja za nagradu Jugoistočne Evrope i naša praksa je bila među 5 najboljih.
And also in the end, we wish to say that this project, The Tree of Life, was nominated for the highest award for the service learning or learning through engagement. And our project was selected among the best 5 projects for the Southeast Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
you very much for your attention. We are here to answer your questions if you may have any.
Thank you so much, Professor Eda. That's really amazing, very insightful project that you shared with us, with your student. Honestly, it was globally is really the teaching and learning process has really changed. Those students, there's nothing that you could measure with the face-to-face classrooms. Okay, during that COVID, a lot of the world, the student, everybody really affected, because it's even okay. There are some countries like we in Nigeria, some students, they were not even, some doesn't have access to digital tools, some that have digital tools, there's a power outage, there's a network connectivity. It has all been easy. There's a lot of challenges that students had during that first wave of COVID, and learning from home was not easy because the government wasn't ready at the time. And later on, when they provided online platform for students to start learning, it's not all of them that have the digital tools to use, to get connected to online. There's a lot of challenges. It's not every student or their parents that can afford to subscribe for the data, because we don't have a free Wi-Fi. Unlike other countries, we don't have, considering the present situation at the moment, people are looking for money to, put food on the table, not to talk of subscribing for a data. So there's a lot of challenges though, but it is what it is. It's just like a kind of a blessing on these guys. So the teaching and learning process, this especially in the education sector, the teachers themselves really equipped themselves through self-taught and the use of technology. So during the COVID, there's a lot of experiences that everyone uh, for everyone. Okay, so thank you so much for that wonderful project, and congratulations for your students or your school having made it up to the best top 5 in Europe. Congratulations. And without further ado, we'd like to go over to the comment section to view some reactions. uh, I think Professor Amra, there is a one space specifically for you. Honorable Innocent from Nigeria, His Excellency, uh, Executive Board of Director, 24 Digi Skills, Branding and Communications. He said, happy to hear that Professor Amra has done such an extensive job. I would love to see how my institution can partner with her to get some resources to help students with special needs. I think, Professor Amra, please, this is what we'll be praying for. I think one is coming now, so you have to make it work. You have a lot of books. Okay, so this is the now you're going to partner with an institution in Nigeria to help students with special needs. Thank you so much for the commendable job you are doing. I believe all over the world, other companies, other institutions will come up, okay, because we really need this. I'm happy that you have a lot of books that you've written that really help students with special needs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, His Excellency Innocent, for this wonderful proposal. So she's going to get back to you in a short while. Thank you so much. Okay.
Dr. Amra, ja se nadam da
There's a
ste
lot of
razumeli.
reactions here.
Doktor Amra, ja se nadam da ste razumjeli, upravo
Okay.
mislim da ste postavili temelje za suradnju sa Nigerijom. To je ono čemu ste se vi i doktorica Lin nadali. Ja se nadam da će vam saradnja biti dalje uspješna.
Da, profesorica, odnosno doktorica Uče i ja smo se dogovorili da napravimo jedan priručnik za rad sa svim skupinama djece sa posebnim potrebama preveden na engleski jezik. To će biti prvi udžbenik, priručnik koji će biti izdati u organizaciji 21 STDG Skill. Ja se moram prvenstveno zahvaliti doktorici Uče zaista na jednoj energiji koja je nestrpna i ona je moja motivacija. Hvala je mnogo.
Dr. Lin, I hope you understood, but if not, let me say that Dr. Amra is really delighted with your energy. You are a continuous source of inspiration for her. And Dr. Amra just briefly explained what you're going to do in the future about the textbooks you are creating. And I wish you all the best to both of you. Anything else?
Okay, I really want to appreciate her commendable jobs. I co-authored one of her books. I know she has a lot of books, and very soon it will be out. Thank you so much for the privilege. I'm so honored to having co-authored your book. So there's another reaction here from Ibrahim, I think from Egypt. If there is a book inclusive videos for the topic, also has more practice about reading. Students can make repeating listening, watching videos more than one time, decreases difficulties in of students. Yeah, thank you so much, Ibrahim, for that wonderful contribution. Actually, I'm looking for questions. Okay. Thank you so much, Ephraim. Okay, the same Ephraim, he said, if Ibrahim, wow, I like applying learning outside the school, classroom, advise students while doing activities, maps about a certain topic, they will be more interact with themselves, doing practical experiment in lab. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. Thank you. And this person said, great presentation. Is in Arabic. I couldn't pronounce the name so well. Nobody here that is listening, understand Georgia. This Georgian language, I believe that all means well. Okay. This person said, good. All right. Thanks for your great ideas. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you for your great idea, 21st Century Digital Skills team. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, together we can achieve more. Thank you for your maximum support. And we also have our president and project director, Arab World, Her Excellency Professor Riahi. She said, very successful session. Thank you so much for your support all the way from Arab world, Tunisia, precisely. Thank you so much. And Diharaj from India, she said, very wonderful presentation. Yeah, that's great. And okay, the name is, she said the same person. Sharing is caring, especially after COVID and when schools are closed in the world. Yeah, they are sharing their experiences and we are also learning from it as well. Thank you all for your wonderful contribution. Ibrahim, thank you so much. You are the top contributor for today. When students met or learning a certain topic out classroom, joining with surrounding environment, social studies, science, math, students will be enjoyable to achieve the deep learning outcomes. Of course, that's really will foster their learning outcome. Okay. Please, let's keep it. This is an interactive section. Okay. Your Honor, Most Excellency, Innocent, lots of challenges for developing countries like Nigeria. All right. We are having a lot of challenges. That's why we need professors, AMRA's resources to help with students with special needs. Of course, right now we are now into a hybrid method. We're still having challenges. Yeah. Wow, fruitful session. Thank you so much for all. I think there's no any other question here. This person said thank you so much. And we have Maria all the way from Maria says, great presentation. Okay, I think there's no question here. Thank you so much. I really want to appreciate all of you. Maria from Georgia, she said, great presentation. Thank you so much. The ICT director, Georgian executive team. Thank you for your maximum support. So I'm going back to studio to hand over the mic and stage to Professor Ida. If there's any other, asking, he's having a technical issue. Okay, the stage is all yours now. So, can we unmute yourself?
Zahvaljujem se na ovako lijepim riječima. Stvarno ste nas malo osvježili i motivirali za dalji rad. Hvala kolegama, hvala za priliku i želim vam i dalje uspješan rad.
Thank you very much for your kind words and for your kind comments. You really empowered us. You really gave us a boost to continue working as best as we can. Thank you, colleagues, for your kind words, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Wow, thank you, thank you. Dr. Amra, do you have any parting words before we call it a day? And your feedback, please do not share this feedback link to someone that didn't attend this session. Could you please, we really need we need your feedback, okay? And the best way we could serve you better. So, ma'am, how can we manage our classroom with 100 plus students? Okay, this question, someone asked the question, how could we manage our classroom with 100 plus students? Wow.
I may just provide some feedback on this.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Could you please unmute yourself? Unmute yourself. Okay.
Okay, can I give you a feedback about
you? We still can't hear. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will give you some feedback on the classroom management. We have the standards for each our classrooms. Of course, during the pandemics, this all goes out of the window. So
you are not audible. Unmute yourself, please.
Can you hear us now?
I think Professor, she's having some technical glitches.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Dr. Amra, do you have any other things to say before we call it a day? Professor Aida is having some technical issues. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us now?
Nismo vas čuli.
Amra, do you have anything to say?
Profesorca.
Okay, I think I'm going to respond to that few questions. First of all, when you really want to manage a large classroom, the only thing that should come to your mind is having your expectations has to be defined, clearly defined. Okay, you're going to work with your syllabus, okay? And of course, that will reduce the uncertainty. delegate. You have to delegate so as class reps or captains that will help you make it work and keep students' attention when you teach. So you have to call their attention. You can use anything to call their attention, okay? So it's going to minimize the noises that will be coming from here and there. And then as time goes on, you're going to test what you teach. You have to test it to see if it's actually working. And every topic, no matter what, no matter how abstract, must have a real life application, like bringing exploration into the classrooms, taking them for virtual field trips. They will pay attention. All these things will make them reduce nuisance, for those that, especially those ones that constitute nuisance and mind mind games or mind mapping games or using gamifications. All these things will reduce distraction while class or lesson is going on. I think this is my little input as regards to your question. Sorry, the professor, she's having technical glitches. If all these things are being done, you're going to meet with your students, live up to their expectations, and before you know it, they will be eager to learn more anytime that they see you, because of the using app smashing, integrating app smashing, using different tools into the classroom. We make the teaching and learning process to be more invigorating, more interesting, more fun, and it's for students to start thinking out of box to identify real world problems and provide possible solutions to them. And not only that, it will make them to have technological drive and eager to learn more. The teaching and learning process will be more fun. Thank you so much. Okay, someone says excellence. Thank you very much. All of us here is what? Sorry, let it come up. Wish you all students get good health learning in schools, which has important role in achieving learning outcomes with using also technology. Yes, just like I just said, gamification will once you integrate gamification in your class, at least that will minimize the class management. Honestly, you're going to the learning outcome will be achieved, and the sparking that will also spark curiosity, empathy, and so much more. Okay, so thank you so much for your wonderful contribution. And with this, Professor Ambra, you don't have anything to say, okay? Let me pass few announcement. Let me just pass few announcement here. I really want to appreciate all the professors that we have here today. I really want to say thank you for the commendable jobs you've been doing in and outside your classroom, especially during the COVID, COVID scenario. A lot of the whole world passed through a lot, not just in the education sector, but also in every sector as well. So we just thank God, especially those ones that lost their beloved ones, honestly. But in some school, like us teachers, is a kind of a welcome development, because the use of technology has really improved, and both the teachers and students have started incorporating the use of technology in their classrooms, self-taught, self-development, and so on and so forth. So COVID is a blessing in disguise to some people, actually. And I really want to appreciate your commendable effort, especially Professor Dr. Nga. I'm so happy and so honored to co-author one of your books. You have several. You've written so many books that really help students with special needs, and with the science, with the materials, the exercises that really need them, especially those one with hearing and speech issue. And thank you so much. And just like one of our lecturer from Nigeria. You're going to partner. He will see, and I hope that he's going to push it through so that we get those resources that will help students with special needs, even students those are having losing issues, uh, 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 yes, autistic students, there's great fear, and so many more. That's we really help them. We really need these books. Every school should have this book. We are going to promote this book. It's very, very important. Okay, that's what we are talking about, inclusive education. So let's get these resources and make it available. Is going to uh, drive learning, across to our diverse learners. Thank you so much, and Professor Ida, for the wonderful project that you did with your students during that period. And I'm so happy that your school was one of the top 5 in Europe. Wow, that's great. Congratulations. And every other teachers, educators out there that's been impacting lives positively. We really appreciate you for the commendable job you're doing. Thank you so much. And I also want to commend and appreciate all the educators that tune in today for this today's webinar. And with this, I would like to invite everyone to join us on August 6th, Saturday, August 6th. 24 Digits is going to be 2. We are going to celebrate 2 years anniversary, and we are going to be, facilitating, sorry, we're going to be facilitating those educators out there that's been working tirelessly, those have been working tirelessly in promoting 24 Digit Skills mission vision. And we are all here to learn with and from each other. Those have been coming here weekly for our events, projects, and so many more. So you all are invited. Just block your calendar for that auspicious day. And I wish to see you all there. Thank you so much. We are so happy for all of you, for your maximum support. Without you guys, without you all, there will be no us, there will be no me, there will be no 24 Digit Skills, there will be no us. So join us to celebrate this auspicious day, okay? And keep up the good job you're doing. Stay safe and be positive. So we are signing out for now. Bye-bye. Do have the best weekend ever. Peace out.